It's Sunday, September 8th, 2024. Thank you so much for joining me today. Hope everybody's having a good weekend, a safe weekend. Please make sure to like, share, and subscribe. I'm going to get right into the video. Talked to a buddy of mine yesterday who runs a pretty large pawn shop, and he told me he has never seen anything like he is seeing right now. He said they're buying so much stuff. People are pawning so much that they literally are running out of room to store all the merchandise that they're purchasing. And he said that what a lot of people are selling right now, Rolex watches. Remember just a year, 2 years ago, the massive FOMO in the luxury watch market, and now that is completely drying up. People are selling watches now for literally pennies on the dollar because they need cash so quickly. Jewelry, which they said 80+% of the jewelry they buy is just melted down. Again, he said he has never seen it this bad where people are coming in so desperately needing cash. I remember it was probably about a year and a half ago when he said that nobody is selling anything to them. Nobody's coming in and selling. Nobody's coming in and pawning. And here we are a year and a half later, and he said he's never seen it so much. Last month, his store spent more money than it ever has in the history of its existence. So that is telling us something now that people need cash. Cash is king right now. People need to pay the essentials. They need to pay the food bills, the utilities, the rent, the car payment, all that. So they're dumping the jewelry, the luxury watches, whatever, music instruments, you name it. They're coming in, they're selling it. So I thought that was pretty interesting stuff. To me, a pawn shop is really a canary in the coal mine, because when they're slow, remember, people were getting all the money, all the benefits, all the unemployment benefits, the stimulus checks, all that. So people didn't need money. In fact, they were buying at that time. Now they bought all of this stuff. They bought all the jewelry. They bought the watches. And now they're having to go into the pawn shops and dump these things for literally pennies on the dollar. Now, my question is, as they continue to load up on inventory, as they're buying all these pawns, who do they sell it to now? And that's going to be the issue for the pawn shops, is where the buyer is going to come from. Now, everything sells for price, but they're saying that they're not seeing a lot of buyers. They're seeing sellers, people coming in and pawning stuff. Where are the buyers going to come from? And what happens if the pawn shops say, hey, we just have so much, we're not buying right now, we're slowing down? What do people do then? How do they start unloading their merchandise then? So this is a very interesting economy, and I'll keep you updated with that. They've invited me down to check out the store in the next couple of weeks, so maybe I'll get down there and check it out. Here's one from CNBC. So not to worry about what's happening at the pawn shops, what's happening in the real world. Let's listen to Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen. U.S. economy remains solid, on path to soft landing with no meaningful layoffs. This is a bunch of BS. So who's right here? Who's telling the truth? The guy at the pawn shop, or Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen, who is telling us that the United States economy remains solid? This is a big, fat lie, ladies and gentlemen. I've never seen the U.S. economy this bad in my life. Comment down below. Is Janet Yellen telling you and me the truth? Or is the guy at the pawn shop telling us the truth, that people are in trouble, they need cash, they're liquidating, they're doing whatever, they're selling whatever they have to sell now to raise capital just to pay for the essentials? But Janet Yellen says everything's fine and no meaningful layoffs. Every day we're just seeing massive layoffs. Here's another one. A Gen Zer with an MBA can't get a job despite over 1,500 job applications, says his degree has been useless. I'm going to ask this question again. I don't know, they're telling us there's about 8.6 million jobs out there. Of course, most of them are low-wage, part-time jobs. But how many of these jobs are even real? How many of these articles have we read in the news that somebody filled out 300 applications, 500 applications? Here's now somebody is saying that they filled out 1,500 job applications with an MBA. This guy's 46 years old. He's got a lot of experience, and he can't get a job. So How many of the jobs out there that are being reported are even real? Do they even exist? How many real jobs and how many well-paying jobs are really out there now in the United States? If you have a good job, do what you have to do to keep it. Fox Business, Social Security crisis, beneficiaries face 21% benefit cut without reforms, says CFRB. Based on the average Social Security benefit of $1,907 a month in January 2024, a 21% cut would reduce that amount by $400. This would be catastrophic for millions of people. The program's trustees project that reserves will be tapped out by the fourth quarter of 2023. Somebody said the other day, this economy is not bad. Over $35 trillion in debt, over $200 trillion with unfunded liabilities. They've robbed your Social Security. We're still paying into this, and they're telling you right now that we're going to face a 21% cut by 2033. I guarantee you it will be much bigger than that if you even can get Social Security in 2033. Where did all the money go? Why are we still paying into this? Where is the money? Who robbed Social Security? Who's responsible for this? Who's accountable for this disaster? And this is going to leave so many people in big trouble because they're relying on the system to be there 10 years from now, 15 years from now, 20 years from now. And it looks like it may not be there. What are you going to do if it's not there for you? What would millions of people do if they weren't getting their $1,907 a month right now? This is going to be a big problem. But where's the accountability? Who's responsible? Where's the money going? Yet we're sending money all over the world. Here's another one. Macy's set to close 55 stores. Janet Yellen, where are you? By the end of 2024. Over the years, customers have deserted Macy's. Sales have tumbled. Store productivity has gone way down. They are set to close 150 stores over the next 3 years. Janet Yellen says the economy is doing just fine. Don't worry, your Social Security is being robbed. Macy's closing another 150 stores. U.S. announces $250 million Ukraine aid military package. Another one. Didn't we just see one for $250 million? Here's another one. That's $500 million with the last two packages. Where is the money coming from? Miss Yellen, where is the money coming from? And how is this not going to be very inflationary for the United States of America? Because we're either printing this money or we're borrowing this money to send over there. And this isn't to be political, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not sitting right, left, or in the middle. I am just reporting the facts here and asking simple questions. Where is the money coming from? Who's going to pay for this? We are over $35 trillion in debt. We are a bankrupt nation, yet we are sending money all over the world like it's candy. And this is devaluing your purchasing power. It's devaluing your standard of living. You need to know that. Big Lots prepares bankruptcy filing with plans to sell stores. In fact, it's reported that they may file today, this Sunday. They have 1,400 stores, 30,000 employees. Their stock has plunged over 90%. So I hope it works out. I hope somebody comes in and is able to buy Big Lots, give them a lifeline, because if it doesn't happen, 1,400 stores, 30,000 employees, it could all be gone. This would be absolutely catastrophic to the U.S. economy when you could have the chance of 30,000 people losing their jobs with one company. Daily Mail. The many reasons fed up shoppers are abandoning dollar stores in their droves. And just to go over the stock prices of some of these stores, Dollar General year-to-date down 41%. Dollar Tree year-to-date down 76%. Big Lots year-to-date down 94%. Five Below down 63% year-to-date. Well, there may be many reasons, but at the end of the day, it's the economy. People just aren't spending like they used to. They can't. People would love to spend, trust me. People love spending money. Problem is, many of them have run out of money now. They don't have a choice. They cannot spend. 20% of credit card holders have already tapped out. They're maxed out. They can't even use their credit cards at this point. So this is going to be big trouble for all the dollar stores. It's going to be big trouble for everybody. Arkansas Best Freight, ABF, to increase LTL pricing, less than a truckload. They're going to increase their pricing at 5.9%. It follows a 5.1% increase in contract renewals and deferred pricing agreements in the second quarter and a 5.3% increase in renewals in the first quarter. So it is getting more expensive to ship. Guess who pays for that? You pay for it. I'm going to pay for it. So I don't see where prices are really coming down. Prices continue to hold or they're going up. And as we continue to see more problems in the Middle East, oil is way down right now. Obviously, there's less need for as much oil right now with everything happening. But I still believe we're going to see a surge in oil prices, which is also going to be very, very inflationary to the United States of America. Could be wrong. I'm really shocked at how far down oil has been pushed, especially with everything that's been going on in Eastern Europe, everything that's happening in the Middle East right now. But I think it's only a matter of time. Jittery home buyers want the election to be over before they make their move. Nobody knows what's going to happen. So are you in the house market right now? Are you waiting until after the election? Does it matter to you? I think that there's so much uncertainty right now that a lot of people are holding off. But will it make a difference with who's elected? Will it make a difference whether you buy a house or you don't buy a house? And let me ask you this. If Mr. T wins, what happens to the housing market? If Harris wins, what happens to the house market? And same thing, what's going to happen to the stock market versus Harris winning, and what will happen to the stock market? Nobody, I think, really knows at this point. Will it make a difference? You know, I don't know. I don't know. I think I know definitely who I want to win. I'm not going to sit here and get political because I know people get really upset with that. But I think one is definitely better than the other. But does it really matter? I think that, as so many people have said, we have gone so far past the point of no return. The country is so financially damaged at this point that it doesn't really matter at this point who wins. I think it does, but if one of these people wins, I think that they will absolutely annihilate what is left of this country. I think they will gut what is left of this country. That's my opinion. Again, I'm not going to sit here and get political, but are we past the point of no return? Is there too much debt, too much damage? I don't know. It's bad. It is bad, no doubt. Can't take it anymore. Residents of Springfield, Ohio beg for help after 20,000 Haitians overwhelm city and eat local wildlife. This on The Hedge today. This is absolutely unbelievable. They showed a city council meeting in the city of Springfield, Ohio. People are absolutely furious at the city council meeting, furious at the members who are not doing anything about this. Springfield, Ohio has a population of 60,000. Now, 20,000 people have just arrived to Springfield, Ohio, and they are being overwhelmed by these newcomers. Springfield now has a housing crisis and a food crisis. So these people obviously don't have much money, if any money at all. So what are they doing? Well, they're going to their parks and they're taking the ducks and the geese and they're eating them. One gentleman at the city council meeting said he saw somebody grab a duck, basically take the head off the duck and walk out of the park with a duck with no head. Newcomers grabbing ducks, geese, and local pets. So people now, maybe they're missing their dogs, their cats. Residents absolutely furious. And you know, you can't just blame the people, the newcomers, the immigrants, whatever you want to call them. You blame the politicians who allowed this to happen. When people are hungry, when they're starving, they're going to do what they got to do. I was watching some news today, what's happening in New York, and one of these camps in New York, a grocery store that is nearby, is literally being put out of business because they're taking everything out of the store. When people are hungry, they're going to eat whatever. They will eat pets. They will eat zoo animals. They're going to eat everything at the grocery store. This is what happens. And it's putting a lot of people in jeopardy. It's really putting people in a dangerous position because really the most dangerous people are hungry people. And again, I don't blame people for being hungry. I blame the politicians that put people in these situations in a small town like this and then let them fend for themselves. These politicians should be held accountable. They should be prosecuted for doing this. This is, again, not political. I don't want to see anybody suffer. I don't want to see the citizens of Springfield, Ohio suffer, or Americans. I don't want to see people coming from 10,000 miles away put somewhere now fending for themselves. This is a complete disaster. It's going to have long-term effects. A lot of people are going to pay a price here. Should have never, ever happened. And it's terrible for all of humanity. Silver, the unsung hero of the new economy. This is on the Hedge Day. And Google these articles, ladies and gentlemen. Do a little due diligence. Check this stuff out. From 2021 to 2024, silver market is expected to reach a cumulative deficit of 759 million ounces. Silver is second only to oil as one of the most widely used commodities in the world. Do you have some silver? Do you need some silver? If you do, go to my link down below, SD Bullion. They will get you as much silver as you need. If you need gold, SD Bullion, link down below. Everybody should have some of this stuff. It goes up in price, it goes down, it never goes to zero. It's a physical asset that is recognized throughout the world. It is the most liquid asset on planet Earth. You can literally go anywhere in the world, trade in that gold or that silver for any currency in the world, and go buy food, go buy real estate, whatever you need to do to survive. But it's liquid. You can take it and you can exchange it for any currency literally in the world. So as I leave you today, pawn shops, dollar stores, newcomers, people eating cats, dogs, ducks, and geese at the park. This is now America. And so we live in a country now where we're seeing record Lamborghini sales, record Ferrari sales, yet dollar stores are plunging. People are tapped out. We have people here now eating ducks and geese at our local parks, people sleeping on the streets, homeless Americans, homeless vets, yet Ferrari sales, Lamborghini sales, all these beautiful luxury cars, record-breaking years. The rich seem to be doing very, very well, and God bless them. If you're rich and you're doing well, you are extremely blessed, and God bless you. Let me be very clear. There's nothing wrong having a nice car, nothing wrong having a private jet, nothing wrong having a beach house, nothing wrong having nice things. People have worked very hard and have accumulated wealth over the years. And I believe you should be rewarded for hard work and doing a great job. But too many people in this country are not being taken care of. Instead, we're taking care of other people. And it just seems that the money is coming down the pyramid and staying at the very, very top. And the typical American is losing wealth while the top 1% are gaining more wealth. And it just seems like a very, very unfair game. The middle class is being decimated. That is a fact. Nobody can argue that. The backbone of America. So the game seems to be very rigged. It seems to be very unfair now, and it's going to get more unfair. So you need to prepare the best that you can. You need to be getting out of debt. You need to be maybe working harder, accumulating more cash reserves, more gold, more silver, and continuing to get out of debt. Debt is for slaves. You will be a slave forever if you have debt. There's nothing wrong having nice things. Money allows you to live a better life, a safer life, to give your kids a better opportunity, to live in a safer neighborhood, to drive a safer vehicle, to go to a better school, etc. Money should not be your God, but use money as a tool. And it's going to get much more difficult to make money, unfortunately. There is just too much bureaucracy, too many too much regulation, too many laws, too many permits, too many taxes, and too much inflation. And it is rigged against the average American, unfortunately. Inflation is a major tax. And the higher these taxes go and the bigger the debts go, they're going to want you to pay into it more. And so opportunity is going to shrink and shrink. And this wealth gap and opportunity gap is going to continue to expand wider and wider. So do what you have to do now to acquire as much as you can. Build up the war chest. Sales are coming. Opportunity is coming. Be prepared for that, and be prepared for social collapse. As I've said many times, be able to take care of yourself. I'm going to leave it there today. Have a good weekend. Have a safe weekend. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please like, share, subscribe. Talk to all of you soon.